Good afternoon. Greetings to all panelists. I will be your moderator, Noredawati, with Naleswin. In this topic, we will discuss active learning strategies for effective teaching. The role of the teacher as an educator is very important, especially the implementation active learning strategy in today's classroom. Learning is not only focused on formal classroom activities between teacher and students, but also involve physical learning activities that aim to develop students' skill and ability through effort that create interesting and enjoyable learning experience. In this discussion, we will explore what is active learning, types of active learning strategy, benefit of active learning, challenge and solutions, and lastly, quality education. This discussion will also link to sustainable development goal for quality education, focusing on inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. We also show how active learning support SDG work by equipping all students throughout discussion. Without waste of time, let's begin with panel 1. What is active learning?
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Elvin Linche. Today I will talk about what is active learning. Active learning is a teaching approach that focuses on students being actively involved in their own learning process. As opposite to passively receiving information from the instructor, it involves activity like discussion, problem solving, and hand-on tasks, where learners take on more responsibility for their learning.
Thank you. Now I would like to hear you all about what defines active learning and how does it shift the focus from teacher-led to students-centered education.
Firstly, in my opinion, active learning is an approach where students do more than just listen. They engage, participate, and reflect. Unlike the traditional teacher-led method, where the student talk and student absorb passively. Active learning shifts the focus to a student-centered environment. Here, students become co-creator of knowledge through discussion, problem solving, group work, and hand-on activities. This empowers them to think critically, question ideas, and apply concepts in real life.
Thank you for such thoughtful discussion. Now we're moving on to panel 2. What types of active learning strategies?
Hello everyone, my name is Vishnu Javin. Today I'm going to talk about type of active learning strategy based on SDG4 that can help students in learning. First of all is individual assignment. They usually complete the assignment in a short and concise manner. This will great toward lifelong learning skill because some students prefer to do their own tasks and have their own learning style. Second is paired assignment, consisting of two individuals, and they usually discuss the topic in turn and share ideas. This encourages equality between two-way communication in completing tasks without discrimination. Third is group learning. It consisting of 4 to 6 people. They share their expertise in group and complete the work by dividing the tasks for each group member. This providing equality of the group member in completing tasks fairly. And finally is whole class activity. This done in open conversation based on the discussion topic. This also encourages students to share their opinion, and this fosters the spirit of learning in each student and become lifelong learning strategy.
Thank you for insightful response. Now I'm curious, which active learning strategy are most effective across different age group or subjects areas?
In my opinion, the most effective learning strategy is the group learning strategy. This is because the group learning makes easier to cooperate with group member and it make the thus easier to generate idea to solve problem in smaller part.
Excellence contributions. Next panel 3, benefit of active learning.
Thank you. Greetings to everyone. My name is Joshua Litharan Joseph, and I will be explaining the benefit of active learning. One of the main benefits is that active learning is increased student engagement. Instead of effectively listening, students are involved in the learning process, which help them stay focused and motivated. Secondly, active learning promotes critical thinking and problem-solving skill. Students are encouraged to think deeply, ask questions, and find solutions, which helps them become independent learners. Another benefit is that support is better understanding and memory retention. When students explain concepts to others or apply them in real life scenario, their learning becomes more meaningful and long-lasting. Additionally, it improves communication and teamwork. Many active learning strategies require students to work in pairs or group. This helps them learn how to express their ideas clearly, listen to others, and collaborate effectively. Finally, active learning aligns with the goal of quality education under SDG 4. It promotes inclusive, effective, and student-centered education that prepare learners for real-world challenges.
Thank you for such a thoughtful discussion. Let's open up with questions. How can active learning promote inclusive participations among students with different learning needs? Students with different learning needs.
Active learning promotes inclusive participation by offering flexible methods that cater to diverse learning styles. For example, visual learners benefit from diagrams, auditory learners from discussion, and kinesthetic learners from hands-on tasks. Strategy like group work and problem-based learning allows students with different abilities to contribute based on their strengths. This approach supports inclusivity, especially for students with learning difficulties or language barriers. By applying Universal Design for Learning (UDL), principal teacher ensure that all students are engaged, supported, and given equal opportunity to success.
Appreciate the engaging discussion. Let's now continue with panel 4, challenge and solutions.
Thank you, Aida. My name is Brandon, and one of the main challenges of using active learning in the classroom is time management. Teachers often feel pressure to finish the syllabus, so they may avoid interactive activities that take longer than a traditional lecture. A solution to this is to use active learning in small portions. For example, even a 5-minute group discussion or a quick quiz at the end of a lesson can boost engagement without using too much time. Another challenge is that some students may not participate. They might be shy or not used to speaking in class. To solve this, teachers can create a safe and supportive environment, use icebreakers or assign roles during group work so everyone has a chance to contribute. Finally, a common obstacle is limited resources. Some schools don't have enough technology or materials, but active learning doesn't always need fancy tools. Simple strategies like debates, peer teaching, or using real-life examples can still be very effective. In the end, every classroom is different. The key is to adapt the strategies based on the students' needs and the subject being taught.
That was very thoughtful answer. Let's move on to the next point of discussion. How does active learning encourage lifelong habits in students?
Thank you. To answer that question from my point of view, active learning helps students become more involved in their own learning. Instead of just listening to the teachers,
They ask questions, solve problems, and work with others. This builds important habits like critical thinking, curiosity, and self-motivation. When students take part in discussion or project, they learn how to find information, share ideas, and reflect on what they have learned. These are skills they will keep using in real life, even after school. So, active learning doesn't just teach facts, it teaches students how to keep learning, which is the heart of lifelong learning.
Thank you for such valuable perspectives. That concludes our last panel, which is quality educations.
Thank you very much. My name is Jonathan Evans Felix. So, based on my opinion for quality education, is active learning methodologies such as collaborative problem-based projects, peer instruction, and interactive discussion is able to directly advance SDG 4 by creating inclusive student-centered environment that foster an equitable access to quality education and lifelong learning skills. By engaging in actively learners on constructing knowledge rather than passively receiving information, these strategies are able to improve critical thinking, communication, and problem-solving abilities across diverse learners population. In addition to avoid active learning can lower the barrier for underrepresented students by allowing multiple modes of participation, such as visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and by promoting peer support network that build confidence and belonging to the student inside the classroom. When implemented across on the subject areas and educational levels, from primary school through higher education, this approach, aligned with UNESCO, calls for learning to know, do, be, and live together, ensuring education systems are inclusive, adaptable, and geared towards real-world challenges. By emphasizing the student agency and collaboration and active learning for the students in the classroom, not only to bolster academic achievement but also to cultivate the lifelong learning mindset central to SDG 4 vision of quality education for all.
That was a valuable perspective. Allow me to follow up with questions. In what way does active learning support the goals of SDG 4, quality education for all?
Thank you for the question. Now I will answer that question. By active learning support the goals of SDG 4 by making education more inclusive, engaging, and student-centered through techniques such as group discussion, collaborative projects, and problem-solving activities. Students are encouraged to participate actively in the learning process. This not only improves their critical thinking and communication skills, but also ensures that diverse learning needs are met. By promoting equal opportunities and encouraging lifelong learning, active learning directly contributes to achieving quality education for all.
Thank you to all our distinguished panelists for your thoughtful insight and meaningful contribution. Now let me end this with conclusions. Active learning is transformative teaching approach that shifts the educational focus from traditional teacher-led instruction to dynamic student-centered engagement by employing diverse strategies such as group discussions, peer teaching, test-based learning, and problem-solving activities. Active learning fosters deeper understanding, critical thinking, and meaningful collaboration among students. It is especially effective in promoting inclusive participations, accommodating various learning styles and needs, and encourage lifelong learning habits. Element aligned with SDG 4 mission of ensuring quality and qualitative education for all, despite challenges such as limited source, time constraints, or resistance to change. This can be overcome through thoughtful planning, teacher training, and supportive policies. ultimately integrating active learning into various subject areas and level exchange not only academic achievements but also prepare students to become empowered, adaptable learners in a rapidly changing world. Once again, thank you to everyone involved. We all do the session as we inform